I have myself a lovely workbench, for I'm still on holiday with Mr. HooverLux. So I brought along a little job that I've been meaning to do now for a couple of weeks, and that is try and have a fix in this part 2 video of little broken Henry. Let's see if we can make him run in this video. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums and pneumatic fans. How are you today? Little Henry is surrounded by his peers here. We have Mr. HooverLux's bench vac. We have many other pneumatic bins. He is in good company, however, obviously, he didn't do anything. That's because, if you remember from the last video, it doesn't actually work, does it? Because the motor had exploded in a massive pit of bent metal. So what I'm hoping we can achieve today is in this box, which was sent to me by the fabulous Adam Akhtar. Thank you, Adam. Massive pneumatic bid. I have 3/4 of a motor. I basically have a motor without a coil, but a motor with a very good fan. As you can see, it spins perfectly well as well. So that's our aim of the day. Get this motor and that motor together. Just had to hunt around for some tools because I need to take off the fan case and then undo the nut. So I don't actually know where anything is because obviously it's not my workbench, is it? I am a guest in the house of Lux. Oh, this is bouncy. So we'll take off the fan case, which is again a job that is much easier on the floor because the floor does seem to take most of the rebound. This is just chewing into the fan case. Ooh, in there. Is this shifting? Just about. Let's try something else. Otherwise I've got to pause again and just do this on the floor just to get it off. Also, it's a little bit more tricky because it's spinning all over the place. Gosh. Let me get this off and I'll come back to you. Well, that took forever and has left lots of little pock marks because this screwdriver is actually very sharp. Oh, hey, just move my phone so I don't stick a hammer through it because that would ruin the day. Hopefully. Now again, I haven't got my ratchet on me because it is in the car and I haven't got out the house yet, so I'm hoping, yeah, this little screwdriver we want will do. So we'll got the fan nut, the washer, and the fan, which isn't bad, better than the one that we had before. Anything's better than the one we had before, isn't it? And we'll put all those down there behind the Turbo Power 3. Now, I need a Phillips screwdriver, which is the wrong size. Let's try this fancy thing. Ooh. Oh dear. That's no good, is it? Just got to try everything until it comes off. I mean, I'm not too... Oh, there we go. But I have the right tool for the wrong job. No, yeah, the wrong tool for the right job. something like that. Pop these over here. Lift that off, which we need because obviously my one is crackered. And hopefully, ta-da! I'm running out of space. I'm trying to keep space around for everything else, really. That actually spins really well, so I'm hoping we'll get away with this. Let's just try and get this out. That's more easy than I thought. They're not bad. We might give them a little bit of a tickle, but first we need to do the same, really, to the broken motor that's in here. Although this won't be as difficult, because I don't think I actually put it fully together in our last video. We just lobbed it in, knowing that it full well that it was going to come back out again. Another day. Put that fan on, it's a bit warm. Yes, I am at Mr. HooverLux's on holiday. He's actually at work. I have the place to myself, and I'm thinking about doing a little walk around video. And we'll go and count all the vacuum cleaners that we can find. So there's Henry's hat. Let's hang that down here. Though you can't see it, but I can, and that's all that matters. Cord reel, I haven't actually, I'm not bothering sticking the cable on this yet, although we do have a plug to fit. Let's stand that up here, look behind the Hooverette. Right. Undo all the other cables. In fact, let's make the screws fall out so we can keep everything together. Now that I am blessed enough to have this working space. In fact, there's some really strong magnets here. So what we can do is hold them all together. That's an idea that I don't normally have. Hold things together. Well, you can go down there for now. Look, all this space. My back doesn't know what's hit it. Being able to stand up and do things. Okay. Another of these little magnets. I'll be given some of these if I still got them in my pocket. Come on. No, this screw isn't. Oh, blimey. The screws there aren't magnetic. That's a thing. I've lost all my little, well, I've got two of the cord rewind reels. One's down there, we'll grab that in a bit. Because we don't need it now. Let's unplug this motor and pop that down there. Take off the rubbers. And we have our, well, it spins now because it doesn't have anything in it, our replacement motor. And I think they are the same year. In fact, they are 1 day apart. The one that was in Henry is the 16th of the 5th. The one that I'm cannibalising is from 1 day before, on the 15th of the 5th. So there's a thing. Oh, I might have to stop again. No, this shouldn't be too difficult. No, it's not. So I haven't put it fully back. Although I'll be honest, I'm using this other fan case because although it's full of little pock marks, it's not as cream crackered inside. So we'll put all of my rubbish there. Obviously I don't have a fan on mine, or in fact, yeah, all we need from mine is the coil. And I'm going to rebuild my motor into this replacement one from Adam, because as much as my armature seems okay, that one is cleaner. He said that one worked. He only really got rid of it because he wanted one that was slightly cleaner, not because it was knackered. So I need my carbon brushes, because that motor doesn't have any. In fact, I don't know really, but no, we'll use a different armature. I'm not messing around with that. I think I'm going to have to keep the top piece though, because the carbons look very affixed. In fact, they are only crimped in. I've just buggered up one of the crimps. Oh, I should have done that, should I? You've got to do it, because you've got to do that to get the top part off. So yeah, they do come out. Let's just try and open up just one side. There we go. The other side can just sit there. Also, I need to get these two bolts out. And if I go through Mr. HooverLux's tool collection, I might be able to find... Yes, I can. Look at these fancy Bosch tools. Oh. He doesn't use any of them, does he? He does, doesn't he? Right. So obviously we need this bolt. One, because this holds the coil on and I don't have those on my other motor. There's the other one. Come on, other one. Here is the other one. Oh, subject, that's fine. There we are. One coil which we need, and I'll be honest, I might just keep in this top part because it is it's crimped in. Well, I don't fancy knackering that up. Now, which coil to use? I think it is going to be the one from the older one, the replacement motor, because it's less black. You won't be able to really see, but it is in better condition. So we shall go using it. Whilst we have it apart, he says, not actually knowing... Ah, here it is. Yeah, while we have it apart, I think we shall just give the bearings a little lick of grease, just because if it does work, I don't want to have to go taking it apart straight away. In fact, if it does work, it will be job done motor-wise, and I shall just leave the motor well alone. So we'll get this grease is far too clean. Far too clean. For my liking. There we go. Pop that in there, pop the cap on. Really, if they are scrap bearings, we can easily replace them. But I don't think they need replacing, you know. I think they say Adam only got rid of this because he's a little bit of a weirdo who doesn't like rusty motors. Not weirdo, sorry. What's the word I'm looking for? Perfectionist, that's the one. Obviously, why not? If he's got different motors to put in things, why the devil not? It's not something I've personally done yet. But who knows, there's always time. Right, that is now... I mean, lovely, done. Right, we don't need that anymore, I don't think. Wish I hadn't taken these carbon brushes out now and I'd just pop the ends off. Oh well, we all learn, don't we? What I should have done was pull them out. Like so. But we should get away with it because we can just crimp them on. In fact, they need to come out because they're a little bit sticky. Marvellous. Right, no, we do leave it like that. I can do this when the motor's back together to put the coil bolts in. Right, so we'll shut up. Shut up, Sam. The wobble washer goes in the top. And that goes into the top bearing here. Ow, my fingers. There we go. Then, which bit is it? Well, my one's cleaner and is fine. So, pop that in the scrap pile. Just a little bit of dust that we'll get off. Hang on. May as well do it now while we've got it, eh? Smash. There we are, and then that whole thing will sit there and we can do up. Oh, I've lost one whole carbon holder. Oh well. Be alright, I think. On the night. That still fits over there, so that's okay. So I'm just trying to. I don't want to take this one apart because I've done it wrong. You know how it works with me. Hello. This is weird. It's like it's all flat. You can't just spin it in your hands. There we go, and that still turns. Oh, I've missed out. A little rubber sealing washer, hang on. Oh, that goes in the top, doesn't it? Oh, botheration. One moment, folks, amuse yourself, look. Dorian's wall of bags. Oh, we need one of those bags actually for this. I did bring one, but we used it for something else. Oh yes, we Hyperflowed that Hoover Junior that you can't quite see here because my camera isn't that wide. I'll be using a different camera later, so I'll be using my phone for some filming. Because my new phone is very good. Mr. HooverLux gave me a camera, but it seems to have a blurring issue. And having a bit of a Google, it is a common flaw, so I don't think I'll be able to do much with that. Right, you actually do go here because I can see the indentations from the metal washer. So, okay, my mistake. Oh gosh, this is magnetised. Get in the hole. Let's try this again. He says, not. What is that? Some breakfast after this. I'm not even had breakfast yet. I woke up and leapt and bound out of bed and came straight outside to do some work because it's lovely here. Okay, right. Now that's slightly annoying. That has broken that. Oh dear. Why don't I just leave things alone, eh? Why do I have to play and mess with stuff? Well, one side will be okay. The other side, not quite so much. Although with the other side, if I can push this cable through just a tad, we can go and hunt down HooverLux's soldering iron and get it fixed. I think actually fairly easily. So I can just stick a blob of solder there as it stands, and it'll be messy, but no one will care, especially not me. Now, I need to root under here for this pair of small pliers to crimp this side on. Yeah, I've broken the carbon brush holder from there, and I've been told that there is a soldering iron somewhere, although I don't actually fully know where. Now I go to look for it. So I'm going to turn the camera off now because you don't want to watch me from afar soldering on a little connection, and we'll come back. Here we go. I found the soldering iron. We have a very fancy Parkside soldering station. And with this very fancy Parkside soldering station, I'm hoping that I'm just going to join that wire onto just the side of this part here, but try and do it in a way that doesn't burn my fingers to shreds. Ah, hang on. No, I didn't put the tip on it. Oh gosh, this is red hot. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Oh, there was another flipping tip on it. Right, let's try again. Amateur hour, honestly. So I'll just heat it up and hopefully it should take the solder. Oh, nearly. Before it burns my fingers to shreds. Right, let's stick more solder on. Let's see if I fill this bit up with solder. Hopefully I can push the remains of the coil wire in. That's it. It's like that. That's all it needs to do. That looks very messy. Let me zoom back out because then it'll be clearer for you. That should be all that needs to hold a nice connection. Right, let me go put this away and we'll come back. So, done! Mr. HooverLux has finally started replying to my messages from work, so I'm going to wind him up a little bit. Maybe ask him if he's got any hay fever tablets, because I've just sneezed 4 times in a row. And that normally means that I'm going to have a bad hay fever day. Which is annoying really, because I don't get anything else other than hay fever. I don't beat him with me, because I didn't, because I'm an idiot. Oh, I do believe Mr. Henry might be suffering from sticky carbons. because that hasn't gone down all the way. Oh, I've seen a sanding block somewhere. Where have I seen a sanding block? Oh, really? No, this is going to annoy me now. Okay, Scotch-Brite, that'll do. Just to clean off the edges of the carbon. Still hasn't fully done it. Let's just give the edges a little tweak. I want this to fly perfectly onto the coil by its own spring, really. I don't want to have to force it in any way. But we might have to give it a little bit of a helping hand just to pop through. No, we don't. There we go. Done. There's probably carbon brushes. You can pop them on, if that makes sense. Pop them through the last little bit. But you shouldn't have to. And the problem with that is you are then on a timer clock. Countdown timer. To them wearing themselves off the back of the coil. There you go, that one's gone straight through there. So we are carboned up. I moved this part here so that can go back. I moved that out of the way to do the soldering. Oh, we are getting there now. Where's that really filthy? Oh gosh, Dorian's done some washing. There was a really filthy, smeggy, horrible cloth down there from yesterday. And he's put it in the wash. Oh, I'll make this one all filthy and smeggy, hey, Mr. HooverLux. That'll learn, yeah? Oh. Marvellous. Ooh, I'm a little bit excited now because we've got to put that retaining washer down, and this washer, then the fan, then the fans washer, then the fan nut. I just need to put the other slightly bigger socket, the 13mm. Spins. Look at that, and then just check it still spins. Yeah. Where's the edges of? Always hammer the back of the motor, not the fan case. And check it regularly to make sure that you haven't gone too far. And jam the fan on, because I've done that before. Then you've got to hammer the whole thing back off again. Ooh. And with that bit on, and with this bit on, we have ourselves a rebuilt motor. Let's get it fitted to the machine. Here we are then. Put all those to one side, I'll tidy up later. That's everything. Off he needs to take this down really, doesn't he? We have the motor housing. Now I'm not cleaning everything up yet. We are still in the I don't know if it works territory, so I'm not scrubbing and dubbing and everything else until I'm sure it runs, and then it can just go into the refurb pile. I'll be all happy in itself. Now I've got to get this top rubber straight to the motor, which I haven't done because all these bits clip in, and by the looks of it they actually want to go the bigger parts in line with the carbons, and the smaller ones 90 degrees from that, and then that way they should, I'll just unwind all the cable that I've just wound up, they should slot into their happy little home and live happily ever after, which they have. Just pop this top rubber back on, then oh, I've lost one. It's one thing I do quite like about the newer ones, they've clipped the sides in. It does make it a lot easier. Right, we still have 2 screws in place. No, sorry, 1 screw in place. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I've lost a screw. Ooh. Probably not the end of the world. I'm going to say it's not the end of the world. And we'll just put 2 in. And if we find it, I'll bop it in. Yeah, I don't have it here. I can't immediately see it. And I'm not wasting half the video flipping around on the floor when that's... Oh, that comes out. When that's in enough, it's fine. So we'll pop. Oh, why have I only got 3 wheels? Uh-oh. It only had 3 wheels, didn't it? Do we have another wheel on the floor that I've missed? Oh gosh, has somebody else added a shopping list that I've lost? The big one in here. No, right, we only have 3 wheels as well, but again, for our purposes, it should be alright, because we don't even know if this works yet. So there's only so much, and it will still spin with 3. Who knows, we might find it. Ooh. Let's turn you around so you get the full frontal view of Henry, not me. And I always tip the hat upside down in the bucket. Oh, there's the you little sod. Hold on. We're putting that. It's here! Whoa! What's happening to the world? I thought I was going crazy. 1. That's not magnetised. He told me how to do this. Rubbish! Terrible! I think this screwdriver's slightly better. No, it's not. The HooverLux did that last night and it worked fine. I'll do it the old fashioned way by just doing it manually. Right, that's better. Doopy-doopy-doo. Now I know we have one of these because I popped these on a magnet in a rare fit of sensibleness. cord reel still works because I've jammed them up before. Yes, it does. We'll pop the filter in just so that it will seal up. Last pat tested in 2008, I think it was. So it should be fine. We got this oldish, but not old enough, VT plug. Oh, with a 13 amp fuse, that's good. That means it'll burn for longer if it catches fire before it pops the fuse. Can't see a fire extinguisher either. It's not my garage, so I'll just run very fast if it all goes wrong. Send my condolences to Mr. HooverLux for the terrible accident that befell his workshop. And he can keep the Henry as a memento. Oh. So, how long does this need to be? Not terribly. Yeah, I'm going to keep this cable for now, mainly because it's fine. I don't need length, and it's the original cable. Because the earlier Henrys apparently had a thicker cable. So, and this is thicker than the Hetty rewind that I had. That flipping Hetty rewind's also got a broken bit of insulation, which is fixable with a little bit of heat shrink, should I require a bit of extra length, but I don't. I'll be honest, you know how big my house is. This is going to be plenty. If it is ever annoying, I just have to have a word with myself because I said it would be okay. So we'll pop neutral in first. And the live. Then there's the screw for the sheath clamp. Do this up as much as I can with this nice big screwdriver before this small one, which actually doesn't really fit much. It's really big. Got a very wide tip on it. There we go, that'll do, that's intact. She won't see much batteration, will this? Well, he won't see much batteration, this little Henry, will he? So we don't have to go prepping him up to be used by a builder or anything, do we? Right, let's see if he goes bang. Let me stand this way. Kaboom! Ha-ha! Oh. There we go, folks. My little week 42 1996 Henry runs, and runs very well. I think we should treat him to a nice bag, don't you? Give him a nice, genuine pneumatic bag for change. There you go, little fella. Oh, the sound! The sound is what I really wanted. I'll be honest, because they just sound so different. Here's Dorian's 14 plate pneumatic, which is the same wattage really. They're both on high. It's just different. It's not actually as different as I thought it would be, but it is different. So that just brings us on to this interesting looking weapon, because I have two single pedal floor tools, one of which has a knackered base plate and one of which does not. So our aim for this, the ending of this video, which has probably gone on for far too long, that's fine, because in theory the video after this will be the refurb video, or the after refurb video. But that won't happen for a while. I just want to get working really. So we'll have these apart, give them a little bit of a service, and clean off all the fluff that I imagine's in them. I basically make one good one out of the pair. These are provided for me by Hoovermaster in part payment for his mealer that I'm doing. Right, now immediately this top is broken, because there are the standoffs for the base plate, which is a slight shame actually, because I wanted this top. Let's see what we can do about it. I've never had one of these apart before, I don't know where to go. Why don't you come on? Am I missing something here, pneumatic people? Why are you not coming up? There's nothing holding you in. There's nothing holding this in. Why is it not? I don't want to force it too much, but I feel I might have to. Oh, these posts are squashed. And that's what's stopping it from coming out. Well, since this head's scrap anyway. There we go. Ooh. That's something to bear in mind. Ah. Is there not another piece for this perhaps? Well, there's half of the internal clamp. One would call it the internal holder. And if I push this through and out, we can get our pedals off. And this bit off, like so. And actually, this head is fine, because the bit that broke is a different part. So that's lovely. So I'll give this a bit of a clean up, because this is the one that I want, because it is a lot cleaner. Now we've got to hope is that the other one isn't broken in the same way. They're fine. Interested to know where the other half of that went. By the way, that's a scrap card anyway. We'll soon tell, because it'll undo. Which they aren't. Oh dear. Dear oh dear, is this a common pneumatic floor? Perchance. The old screw terminals destroying themselves on this type of floor tool. go, you will undo, you see, yes it is, I think. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, wow. Gosh. Look at that, that's quite bad. Yes, I think it is a common fault. So we might have a look at gluing one of these together. But first, in fact I know, we can get Henry to clean up his own mess. I'll just use this hose, because I don't actually have a hose on me at the minute. I can't remember where I put it, and I couldn't find it in time to put it in the car. It is massively overkill now though. The other thing is, crikey, look how much more worn that brush head is to the other one. So that's going in the scrap pile for utterly sure. No, that's awful. That's got the worst of that off. This is the base plate that we want to keep because it is not worn through like the other ones. The worst of this rubbish off. Though a lot of it seems to be concrete dust. So I'm not going to go overboard yet, because then the refurbishment thread won't be quite as good. I'm just doing this really so it's a bit nicer to use. Those lint strippers are knackered as well. Ah, this lint stripper is much better. So we'll swap lint strips. That one is worn right off. There we go. So we're keeping that base plate. Those brushes, we want this middle part for the brush roll. Yeah, mine's, I've only got half of this on the other one. I don't even know where the other part flew to. So there's a thing. Give this a little bit of a clean up, although not too much, because as I said, I won't glue it together yet. I shall wait until I do the full refurb. And actually, we don't need that bit at all, because we're going to build it back up into this head. So we are. I don't know how I'll whiten these pedals up, whether I can just get some Tipp-Ex and very gently colour it in, I don't quite know. But we'll worry about that another day. Oh, I can use this as a reference to make sure I'm getting it the right way round, which I wasn't. Ooh, that was lucky. Oh, this is the wrong way as well now. That's handy. There we go. This bit can clip back on. Marvellous. Then we've got the brush strips. We've got two of the springs. We've got the base plate. I'll say I won't glue the broken two yet, I shall wait. Just check that the spring is in the right place. Which it is. There we go. Marvellous. I think. Right, we should probably check the brushes work, shouldn't we? I've never used a single pedal floor tool before. That might shock some of you. I've never had a Numatic old enough. I have my bent end that again has been donated to the cause. I know, I've just seen something off camera. Let's have a bit of fun. To apologise for this video going on for rather a long time, this is nearly over, don't worry. I found some of Mr. HooverLux's Mad About muck. See what this floor head can do. Now that's not bad, however you cannot have failed to notice a big orange patch where there is still some sound. So if I run around here and grab the genuine Numatic aero brush, let's see what this does. Fantastic. But we don't want the genuine Numatic turbo brush, we want the genuine Numatic single pedal floor tool, which is currently raining rice. And there we go, my 1996 Henry. No, too far Henry. To ruin it, don't you? Is all done. Thank you very much for watching. This can be refurbished now. And I shall see you soon. Bye bye.